Good morning, everybody. How are you? The impeachment failed. Here we are, still feeling perhaps love in your heart still. That'd be wonderful. But for those who are not, I thought I'd take you on a journey inside your heart so you can begin to see what all does exist for you inside it. Yes, it may seem strange to some of you, but there are very profound experiences inside each chakra. And the heart is very beautiful and very important. It does have a emerald green color to it, and we're going to know that we are going on a journey. We will ask each of your higher selves to go with you. You always take your higher self on a journey with you, even if it is within yourself. And the higher self will generally carry a lantern. So this is like a visualization type of thing, but what I'm going to share with you is guaranteed to be there for everyone. There may be some tweaks in how it looks to you, but then as you grow, it will transform into very similar to what I speak. So let's be outside the heart with our higher self. Close your eyes, and we're going to journey within. There will be a hallway, however words you want to put to that, the opening, and eventually you'll come to a grand room. Now first I want you to look to from where you're standing, the back right side, which is actually on your back left. And there is a huge waterfall, hopefully. It may be a trickle. This is the waterfall of your self-love. So it will be dependent on how you've worked on that. If there is a lot, go over and stand below it and let it refresh, remembering all the reasons why you love yourself. If it happens to be one that's the trickle, then you know where some of your work lies. And you can ask yourself, why don't I love myself? What don't I like about myself? And go about changing the perception. It's all about how you use the consciousness to see something is to the result that it shows. I will let you know that self-love and acceptance exists a lot in the throat. So it will be a lot about how you talk to yourself and what you talk to others. And you can begin to become aware, and that in itself will begin to lift consciousness as you become awake. This is the demonstration exactly of what awakening is. What is it that you think? What are you doing to create next week? What you put out today is what you will live next week, 3 months from now, next year. So you want to begin to become conscious, aware of that which goes through the computer of the mind. So here we are within the heart, and that on your body, back left corner, and there is a waterfall of self-love that is there when you're feeling low or when you're feeling wonderful. It doesn't matter. It doesn't determine, because it'll be like a pool of water at the bottom. You can go in and relax. Yes, someone's saying like a spa. Yeah, it can be like a spa if you want it to be. This is you. It can be whatever you want it to be. And let's take a breath. Yes, and now, as we go to move to the right, if I'm looking at you, to the left, we're going to move through a beautiful waterfall, a meadow of flowers. And depending on whether you like flowers or you don't like flowers, this is your garden. Now, if you do see there are weeds there, this is where you sit and take time and pull your weeds. And take time and plant seeds of truth that you want to live. Perhaps you would like illumination. put that in. And so give it love and light and water it to let it grow. Perhaps you want greater love. I'm sure there are love seeds there for you to choose from that you can place them in. And always keep pulling more weeds of that which you might be attached to, how you've identified yourself that's an illusion, or how you've empowered others. This is a great place for your own inner healing to work within your heart. There is a beautiful, gentle teacher here for everyone. I've asked Ben to come now for anyone who works with me. He was such an increment part of my heart development. And you'll see a great old tree. Ben works under the old tree. He understands the value of the sun, but he also values the gift of shade in his old bones. He is also have a wonderful humor. But he will help you and he will teach you how to grow, how to nurture, how to embrace with love. How do we heal? Do you remember me telling you? It is by embracing with love. So being able to sit with Ben under the old tree and listen to his simple words. You know, God is simple. So if someone tries to give you a very high intellect on what God is, I would take a breath and return inside your heart to Ben and know God is simple. It's about love. There's not really any word to the depth of the magic that love is for you. So here you have this beautiful garden. It can be as beautiful as wildflowers in the meadow, or the most deepest, beautiful roses you can have the sweet smell of, or whatever flower you like. Of course, I'm the Rose Lady. Maybe some of you wonder why I added rose to my name. So many people would bring me roses, and as they would sit in the pitchers of water, even though they were cut roses, they would grow roots and begin to grow. They were ignited in their growth by sitting near me. So as we looked at that, I needed to be rose. For the rose is the Western symbol of the lotus. Interesting fact, isn't it? Now what does the lotus demonstrate? The demonstration of being in the murky waters and the chaos, and eventually coming awake, reaching up to the sunlight to open to enlightenment. So here we've went full circle. You have that capacity right here within your heart, this beautiful garden. May your garden grow, and may it become the most beautiful light there is. So as we take ourselves a little bit further to the right across your back, we come to a beautiful ocean. Not everybody's aware that they have the ocean of Mother, Father in their heart. And it's yours, and it goes on for infinity. So you can lie on a chair, let the water come up and sweep away your aches, your pains, your issues. I'm going to suggest you getting in a little rowboat, and all you have are the rows that row you out. And you're going to be out in the water, and you're going to keep going and going. And I want you to contemplate what comes next. Here you are with God and with Mother. And what if you get hungry and all of a sudden a beautiful fish will plop in your boat? And what if you start getting too hot or thirsty? The rain will be brought to you. I think the most powerful lesson I learned was the nurturance of Mother and Father, and that no matter where I am, they will give me that which I need to survive. And I can see a huge cruise boat going across the way in the back. And they're yelling and waving, thinking I'm the one that needs help. And yet what we know is all those people are trying to live. Not that I'm against cruises, but we're doing it from this perception of development. Um, Filling up, stuffing down that which is painful, that which is the wound, that which you are in denial of. I believe as you evolve, the patterns hide behind denial. Not me. Can't be me, it must be you. And the word blame becomes our action towards people. So, how about that? You have waterfall that can be like a spa. You have a garden full of roses and weeds. There's always going to be weeds. You got to keep tending it, tending it, tending it. And then this beautiful ocean that's quiet. You may have dolphins that come breed with whales. Be open to allow the imagination. Remember, which is 99% true, what there is that comes to you. Now, what I'm going to share with you in that front right corner doesn't always be available right away to everyone. It is a development of the knowingness of God. I want you to imagine a beautiful gold honeycomb within that, and it has windows. And within the windows you will see the fire of God's golden nectar, the 14th ray. It is beautiful, and it is pure. You would feel like the melted butter to give you the consistency of that light. And why are young children drawn to the butter, to the honey? Because it reminds them of what they've left, God's light. So here, as you evolve and become more windows will be enlightened. Or they'll still be dark. But don't panic. It doesn't matter where you are on this day. It's just about acknowledging where you are and knowing that you have a choice to grow. There's no judgment, no criticism. You find that enough within yourself. You will not find it here. So I'm letting you know there's a beautiful mirrored essence of your divinity within your heart. And as you grow, your heart will expand from 6 or 7 inches wide out to 12 and one day beyond all. And it's the depth of the love that you can feel within your heart, within the love that exists in the world. And that beautiful emerald color is like a liquid wallpaper around the entire existence. Take a breath, sit for a moment. Perhaps go and sit by the waterfall. Allow it to touch you. Allow it to breathe. Love. What is love? There's so many words, and yet there aren't words. We could think of gentleness, a gentle look, a gentle touch, how you will treat yourself, how others treat you, how you treat them. There's an essence of respect down within the essence of love. It's masterful. And it is the greatest magic of the heavens. So, if you do nothing else, take moments a day to contemplate. Am I thinking about this from my loving heart? You hear so often, follow your heart. Why do people say that? Because within your heart is all this majesty of love. It will help you grow and follow the most efficient path for your growth. And what about those of us who take a big loop and pick maybe the not so advantageous route? Well, there must be lessons that we need to learn. Doesn't mean it was a bad way, it was a good way. Because in the end, you're going to come out and be further higher up on your awareness and have learned something. I suggest you always ask, what is the lesson from the situation? What do I need to learn? What is this trying to show me? I can remember times my mother told me, you never see the blessing in the moment of it. Realize this is a lot of years ago. And now, I believe if you ask, it begins to show itself to you and to help you through the perception. It's all about how we perceive things. We can perceive the world in chaos, which I do at times, because it is. See, hear that? That is how people think. But underneath that chaos, the turmoil, what's going on in our world today, there will be a blessing. It's calling up time for a lot of people to touch themselves and to be aware that there's a great love still within them. No one can take it away. The world lies within us. And when that part of us has become pure and in the love, it will demonstrate it outside of ourselves. So where is the answer that we're looking for? It's within our heart. It's within the love that we are embracing and multiplying as we plant more loving flowers and beauty and purity through the waterfall and the action of not only God's ocean of light, but of his nectar that he offers us to call in to heal the wounds, literally. The heart is a master experience. And as you sit and work with it, you will find a gentler self to think about yourself, and more self-love will germinate. Is it the most powerful chakra? No. As you are to find as you go upon your journey and move into the Adam-Kadam field, the zeal point, the back of the third eye, the manifester, will be the most important chakra you have. But we're not there yet, are we? So we're here. And let the heart be that which it is, and don't forget to ask for Ben to come to you. In your imagination, can you see him? He's a little gentleman like an old monk with a big hat on, because he's always under the sun, or the shade, however you choose to look at it. And he knows plants. He knows each of you, and he knows what you need to heal and what you need to be. Many of you have reasons why you're here at this time and haven't decided yet to look into that and discover what it is. So there's a lack of fulfillment inside of you. Fulfillment is when you are being and doing what your heart has drawn you to. I wish for all of you to find your passion and your fulfillment, and let every day you live be joyful. Work will not be work, believe me. It will be full of joy and fulfillment, and happiness will become a part of you. So, I can hear it. Here I go again, going on, and from this one to that one. So I will leave it here today. Don't know where we'll be tomorrow. But I can see the love that you are. Touch it. Bring God's 14th ray, crystal clear, down into your heart, up and through your hands, and give it to your heart. Let it go in and touch your soul. That will be perhaps our next journey. For it is different. And much love today, after so much love was generated in our world on Valentine's Day. How can we not? And may you be at peace. Many blessings.